Spot here, 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. The chart goes in motion left. Now it's gone. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Here's Goff. That one complete. He finds Sharp. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. He's got right on the short throw. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions 1st.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22 now, here's a 2nd and 7. In motion, the tight end. To the air again, Goff. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Goff. And that one to the right side and incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Patterson's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Hurts to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Hurts. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touch. No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, down to the 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hurts sets up to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Alex Anzalone Buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. A final shot before break here. Goff finds Gibbs on the check down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. J.J. McCarthy. 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Zach Wilson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Right side to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Things looking much rosier for him here in Week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. The Shark goes in motion left. Here's Goff. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the gun, here's Goff. And it's caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. We'll get an injury stoppage, and it appears to be the wideout Jahan Dotson. He's the one shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results They just aren't there.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Hurts got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. That is caught, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. On the move to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. That time, a 9-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate, the receivers catch it, the ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
Out of the gun, Goff. Finding Williams once more, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. In motion goes the tight end. Now it's Goff. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, Goff. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zach Bourne. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Goff. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Goff now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one complete to Smith. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's taken down inside the 30. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They're going option play on 3rd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. After the interception, here's Goff. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick-6 today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor?
Elliott on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick-6 makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 43, here's 2nd down at a yard.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. Gibbs straight ahead. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Goff. That one complete. He finds Sharp, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Once again, it's Brooks. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. And they take a knee. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Up the middle with Brooks here. And a short gain here down to the 22.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Detroit, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.